Title: I've had my fun. Now I'm ready to be a wife again. She texted me after leaving for a year. I didn't reply. She showed up at my house to talk. Then she saw who opened the door. She said it like it was a favor. The text glowed on my phone while I stood in my kitchen, counting the seconds between my breaths. I've had my fun. Now I'm ready to be a wife again. No apology, no explanation. Just entitlement wrapped in nostalgia. I didn't reply. 3 days later, the doorbell rang. I already knew it was her. I had known she'd come the moment she realized silence was the only answer she was getting. She always needed the last word, the last look, the last ounce of control. I stayed seated, let it ring again. Then a knock, softer, calculated. "Please," she said through the door, "I just want to talk." I smiled, not because I missed her, because the timing was perfect. I didn't open the door, someone else did. Once she was my home. We met young, before the world sanded down our edges. We built routines like rituals. Sunday mornings meant coffee and silence. Tuesday nights were for cheap wine and plans we pretended were realistic. She used to trace circles on my wrist when she thought I was asleep. I used to believe that meant safety. We talked about forever the way people do when they don't understand the cost. I married her because I trusted her. I stayed because I loved her. I ignored the cracks because I thought loyalty meant blindness. When she left, it wasn't dramatic. No screaming, no tears. Just a suitcase and a sentence that landed like a blade between ribs. I need to find myself. She didn't look back. For a year, she vanished. No calls, no updates, just curated happiness on social media. Sunsets, champagne, strangers cropped just out of frame. I watched without reacting, learned without confronting, because pain sharpens when you let it sit. The truth arrived quietly. A bank alert, a hotel charge on a joint account she'd forgotten about. Not the charge itself, but the city. The same city as my best friend's conference. Same weekend, same hotel. I didn't call. I didn't accuse. I started listening. Patterns emerged when I stopped looking for excuses. Late-night work calls before she left, his sudden distance, their schedules aligning like rehearsed choreography. I followed threads, screenshots, metadata, a deleted email recovered from a cloud backup she didn't know I managed, enough to confirm what my gut had been screaming. Betrayal didn't break me, it focused me. Revenge isn't rage, rage is sloppy. I spent months doing nothing that looked like something. I hired a forensic accountant, quiet, expensive, worth every dollar. We traced money, found transfers she assumed were invisible. I documented everything, timestamps, IP addresses, receipts. I met with a lawyer under a false name, then another under my real one. I learned where every lever was hidden, what silence could buy, what timing could destroy. I let my friend talk. Men like him love to confess when they think they're admired. A drink here, a nod there. His words filled gaps I'd already outlined. By the time her text arrived, the plan was finished. All that was left was theater. The door opened. She froze. Not because she saw me, because she saw her. The woman standing in the doorway was calm, composed, and wearing the ring my wife used to flaunt online. The same ring my wife pawned 6 months ago. The ring that had been recovered, appraised, and legally returned. My lawyer. She stepped aside. I stood up from the couch slowly, like I had all the time in the world. My wife's face drained of color. Her confidence collapsed inward, folding like bad architecture. "You said you wanted to talk," I said. "Come in." She didn't. She couldn't. The lawyer spoke first. Polite, precise, each word placed like a nail. She outlined breaches of contract, financial misconduct, evidence, consequences. My wife tried to speak, failed, tried again. Her voice cracked on my name like it used to crack on promises. I handed her a folder, photos, messages, dates. His words, her lies. I didn't reply, I said softly, because I wanted this moment clean. She cried then, not from guilt, from exposure. Power hates light. The divorce was finalized in weeks, not months. Assets frozen, accounts reversed. Her fund documented and dismantled. My former friend lost his job, not because of me, but because HR doesn't love scandals with evidence. He tried to call. I blocked him. She tried to apologize. I declined. I watched from a distance as her world recalibrated without me cushioning the fall. Friends asked questions she couldn't answer. Stories unraveled. Doors closed. And me? I slept better. I think about her sometimes, not with anger, with clarity. Betrayal taught me restraint. Silence taught me leverage. Letting go taught me power. When she said she was ready to be a wife again, she meant she was ready to be forgiven. I wasn't ready to forget.